Develop a fortune state of mind, state of mind. It's time for a date with, time for a date with the Dorseys.
Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another date with the Dorseys. I am Dr. Jatan.
And I am Floyd Dorsey,
the fourth.
Okay, we own it.
And as I just stated, we are back for another episode. Oh, goodness. This thing is just getting more and more fun, right?
Can't stop, won't stop. No, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, so we, of course, have a pretty good hot topic for you. You know, we like to refer to it as the hot topic because we drop it like it's hot.
Well, I don't, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're saying it like that,
okay.
Yeah, I hope you ain't dropping it like it's hot.
I just pick it up.
Oh, you just pick it up?
I pick it up.
Okay. So, nevertheless, we have a topic for you today. And it's not just for today, because this is what we're going to consider a series. So, we're going to make a situation out of this thing, out of this topic. But I'm sure you're wondering, like, what is she talking about? What is the series? What is the topic? Well, we thought it would be a great idea to share some of our life experiences. You may refer to them as lived experiences, but more so those lessons that we've gathered from other people.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, other people, whether it be parents, whether it be, coaches, teachers, peers, whomever along our life's journey, just something that we took away from that interaction with those individuals, whether it be something that they knew they were sharing a droplet of knowledge or not, right?
Someone may not even been aware.
Right, may not have even been aware that they were dropping some nuggets on us. But, so that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what this series is about. And you may be wondering, what do you mean series, right? So, you know what? Just go along for the ride and figure out what that is.
Just keep up and listening to all the great episodes.
Right. That's like sitting in a movie and you're like, okay, what's the end? What's the end? Trying to figure it out like I do, instead of just watching the movie and letting it play. So, with that being said, I guess we can jump right on into it, right?
Let's do it.
Well, I can never just jump right into it, because if it's your first time tuning in, of course, I have to be, pleasant with you. Welcome you here to our podcast. If it's your first time, we have been doing this thing for a good while now. So make sure you catch up, listen to some of our past episodes. And we are focused on developing a fortune state of mind, right?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Fortune state of mind. And we're not just talking about money. Of course.
That's a part of it.
But it's certainly a part of it.
Right.
Let's not
negate that.
Yeah, exactly.
But when we talk about building a fortune state of mind, or creating a fortune state of mind, developing a fortune state of mind, we are truly talking about a holistic view of you. So that not only do you come to a situation, come to a job, come as an employee, a spouse, a sister, brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, but you come full and you play full out.
It's truly about the completeness of you.
Yes,
right?
yes.
In every aspect of your life, in every way. And those are principles and tenets that we embody, and we really like to hone in on those to ensure that we're really taking on life on whatever terms we're given, but we're giving our all into those aspects, right? Because as we know, some things can come, obstacles, circumstances, but are you equipped to endure, to withstand any challenges that you may face? So it's certainly important to be the rounded fullness of you as you engage and endure life and others.
Right. And how do we do that? Well, we talk about the 5 F's.
Boom.
And the 5 F's are fashion. No, I'm just kidding. Had to throw that one in there. But no, really, it's family. It's fun. It's about finances, fitness, and faith.
Got to have faith.
Got to have faith. Okay. So it's one of those 5 F's. It's not a combination of them that we talk about in our episodes. And again, that just takes us back. Those are just the pillars that we build upon to create this house that we call the holistic you.
Boom.
That what do we say? The fortune state of mind.
That's it.
So anyway, with that being said, I wanted to lay that foundation if it's your first time joining us, so that you'll know what to expect, you know what we're about, and you don't necessarily have to go back to the first ever episode to figure out what we talk about.
Yep.
So now, with that, let's really jump right into it. So again, we're talking about our life lessons that we've accumulated over time from people that we've experienced in life. And I guess for me, I have so many, but I'm just going to have to pick one to start us off here.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'd say that one is the best lesson is a bought lesson. And when I initially heard this, are we going to share who we got these lessons from? Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
good, because I didn't want to hold myself to remembering. But I can say that this lesson came from my dad, actually. And when I first heard it, I was like, wait, what does that mean? Like, okay. And in the wake of whatever it was I was dealing with, it was huge to me. So for you to come and say that in that moment, I'm like, really? Like, that's not what I'm trying to hear right there. Right.
About lesson. I don't have any money. I'm sure it was from your dad when you were younger. Like, where's this money coming from?
Right.
I'm supposed to pay.
So I'm just like, flabbergasted and kind of like, you know what? I'm in my feelings right now. I just want this issue, this problem, this thing that I feel like is challenging me right now to go away. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. But, in hindsight, I guess as I got older, I started to hear that phrase even more often and really come to understand and realize what it was. And I'm sure my dad explained it to me the day that he said it to me. But again, I was so in my feelings, I wasn't trying to hear it.
That's it. Sometimes you're blocked off from some of the best
right.
things. But, I think the beautiful part about that in your situation was that even when he'd heard, even when he said it and you were at a point where I wasn't ready to hear, you still was able to receive that lesson and it stuck with you.
Yeah. And I guess that was a good example of internalizing something, right?
That's it. And all too often, I think when we're in those situations where like I'm stressed, I got a lot going on, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, I can't, we tend to just want to block out everything. And rightfully so for every individual person's reason. But it's interesting in that situation how you still were able to receive, and now how you digested at that time.
Right, now that's a different story, right? Right. But like I said, in hindsight, I realized, or even through continual living, as the old folks will say, you just keep living.
That's right. Just keep living.
Yeah, and that's true too. I guess I just kind of threw another lesson in that lesson, but it's just really meaning that those things, those challenges, those barriers that you experience in life, oftentimes those are the best moments for you to grow.
That's it.
And it's bought because it comes with a price, right? It comes with some pain. It comes with some frustration. It comes with some delays. Whatever that thing is, that's the price that you're paying for that lesson. And
so that goes out especially to our entrepreneurs and those who are endeavoring to to take on or to go that path, right? Mm-hmm. So, we know the stats. I think we've heard it several times about how many businesses actually fail than those that actually succeed. Mm-hmm. So when you're taking that step, taking that leap, understanding that it's not 100% guarantee. So there will be challenges, and you may fail in that particular one. But again, that's a lesson that you will be paying for, maybe financially, maybe through time, maybe through stress. Or whatever it is, and with that cost comes with a valuable lesson that you can certainly incorporate and build on as you continue to move forward in your endeavors.
Absolutely, I agree with all of that, sir.
Yeah. So now, on the flip side of that, let's talk about the lessons that you don't have to pay for, and are things that we are just handed to us, and how do we treat those things compared to the ones where we really have to go out and get it on our own? If you think about the car that was that you borrowed or was given to you versus the car that you're actually paying for.
Yeah, you probably treat it different, right? And you may not remember it the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. Although you could be handed a gift as a car or whatever. Yeah, that could be like an amazing thing for you, and it's memorable. But we're really talking about those lessons that come hard to you.
That's it.
And it makes you stronger. So therefore, in the end, you have nothing but to look back and say, I'm just thankful for that opportunity to have that lesson the way that I did, even though in the moment, in the trenches, I was like, wait, what's going on? But later you can look back and say, wow, I needed that.
Yeah. So this is, again, another shout out to all of our coaches and teachers and
Yes.
those that are out there that, for their students. I know a lot of times people are approached, well, I just want to sign up to your program for free, or why can't you just give it away? I can't give it. And for those that have built their programs, their platforms, or whatever that they're doing, they actually had to pay for some lessons from their experiences or whatever it may be to get to the position that they are, that they can teach.
You hear me?
Right? I hear you. That's it. So it's important. And then for those that are that they're looking to sign up, there's a different level of appreciation when you invest. When you invest
yes.
into yourself and invest into it.
I know it was for me. That's good. Because not only did I invest in myself academically, but then even post that, when I realized those things that I'm interested in, those places that I wanted to go, those things that I wanted to do, and what that meant, that didn't always equate back or tie back to my education directly, right? So I had to make the decision to say, okay, I'm going to invest even more into someone else to teach me ... And when you do that, at least when I did that, I'm spending my time. I'm going to commit to this thing because it's not play money, right?
Yes, that's the house. So good. All right. So I think that was a real good. I think we unpacked that pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall, but again, I'm sure for those that are listening, you may have experiences that you're reflecting on that you went through. There were lessons you had to pay for. So again, make note of those things. And I guess it's a good practice to understand those lessons and maybe document them so you can continue to build on those.
Mm-hmm. So what you got? What's yours?
All right. So I have a few, but I'll choose one. And this one is your association determines your destination, or will drive your destination. Right? Your association will drive your destination. So I think we've all heard the saying, you're a sum total, an average of the 5 people that you spend the most of your time with, that you hang around.
You got real deep on it. Birds of a feather flock together.
That's it.
Can we go with that one?
We can go with that one too. It really is, because it paints the picture. So I think from when I was a child, very young, I'd say, I had an experience. So there were, in my neighborhood, there were just a bunch of kids, and we were all typically hung out together. But it was one particular day. My dad, he would warn me about certain people, and of course I would take heed, because what he said at that time growing up was pretty much law. So there was an instance that occurred. A group of boys, they got in trouble. They got caught doing something they should not have been doing, and I was nowhere around. Matter of fact, I don't even know where I was, but I was so far away. I wasn't even with them, nowhere around the area or anything like that. But someone came back and told my dad, and essentially said, those boys and your son was over there and they were doing X, Y, and Z. And lo and behold, my dad, he was strong in terms of the discipline department. Wouldn't let anything slide. So when I came back home from wherever I was, and again, nowhere near the guys or whomever it was that did what they did, my dad scolded me, and I'll just say I learned a real good valuable lesson. But and while he was disciplining me, I was repeating over and over, I wasn't there, I don't know, whatever, I don't have anything to do with it. I was really trying to plead my case, but he wasn't hearing it, because his point was, it's somehow in some way you associate yourself with those guys that I warned you about, and if the perception of other people should not even be able to equate you or even to put you with them, because in their mind it should be those guys, and of course your son was nowhere around them, but somehow they see you lumped and grouped in with them, so that really impacts you.
Yeah.
So regardless if you were there or not, is that your association puts you in that situation, and here is the discipline that you need to learn. Here is the point that you need to learn overall.
Yeah.
Understanding largely overall, the point is that protecting your association, who you're spending your time with, the things that you're doing, who are you connecting with, because again, whether if you're with them or not, people can very well group you with them, however that works.
Yeah, that's good. And though your story was of childhood, that still applies in adulthood.
Still applies today. That's why it is. It's so key. It is very much so.
Yeah, I think that when we think about our associations, truly as adults, you really kind of categorize them, because there's another saying, some people are in your life for a season and others for a reason. And you may have friends or people in your life that are friends versus associates versus, colleagues, whatever those things are. But even in those categories or those sections of your life, it's important to know who you are attaching yourself to, because that becomes then a part of your brand. And whether that be your actual business or just you as a brand, it becomes a part of that. So it could impact negatively or positively how your business excels, how your career progresses, love life, who you end up, putting yourself in a place to be recognized by as your spouse. I say that because I'm a woman, so you want to be, you want to be realized. That's it. So yeah, understanding those people and even things that you are attaching yourself to.
Agreed.
How it impacts. Yeah.
I think many years ago, I used to hear my grandma. She was always talking to some of my younger cousins or just people. Period. She would say things like, "You lay with dogs, you get fleas." And, that was that. That common saying that goes with that. And this is again back to the point of your association, because of whoever it is you're connected to them in some way or another. There will be that point of connection that will transfer or impact or inspire or curtail wherever you think you are going to reach your destination. It certainly will impact. Now, again, on the flip side of that, you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with those that are certainly just as passionate or aligned or driving their initiatives in the direction of which will add value to you. Mm-hmm. Right?
That's good. So what we got? About lesson is the best lesson. And association I'm probably butchering yours.
Your association will drive your destination.
Will drive your destination. That is so true. I like that destination part. I guess we kind of talked about that when I said the business and the career or whatever it is your destination may be. Making sure that you attach to the, as they say, I heard someone say, hit your wagon to the right. I don't know, truck or whatever. We'll say truck for this instance. But making sure you're attached to the right thing or person. Okay. So we want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. What you got for us?
So let me see which one I want to go with. Let's go with having palm tree posture.
Palm tree posture.
He sat up, y'all. Y'all can't see that, but he
You made me sit up. The thing with posture, the older I get, and again, I think I probably shared this with you earlier today, but this is the oldest I've ever been in my life. So,
that's the oldest everyone is.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay. No, but the older I get, the more and more I reflect on just some of those things to continue the longevity and vitality. Mm-hmm. And so posture is one. So that's why I had to sit up. It was a reminder for me too.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at you made me sit up because it's a reminder for me too. But palm tree posture is really an analogy, obviously, that drives home the point of being steadfast. So knowing that where where you are planted, you can grow and be strong therein. And also understanding that there will be challenges, understanding that there will be barriers and things that may come your way that may cause you to bend. But like a palm tree, just be flexible and pop right back into posture, right? So you standing up, you're stout, you're planted, you're firm. But despite those things that may come our way that could deter us, could throw us off, could bend, could break us, let it just be that thing that bends you and you just bounce back.
I like that.
Yeah.
Palm tree posture. It makes me think about some of the giraffes. It's normally speaking. It's a story, that I would share, or an anecdote, largely about how giraffes, over time, as they eat, when they eat, they're eating from the top of the trees or whatever it may be. And for those that continue and only have a fixed mindset, right, to eat from the top of the tree when all of the leaves are gone. Those that can't adapt and bend to go underneath or to the side or to the bottom of the tree will ultimately end up passing, or they'll ultimately die of starvation or not having any food or any nourishment. And so largely to that point, it does certainly make me think of that anecdote regarding the giraffe. So I like that, having the palm tree posture.
Yeah. So I think those are all good. And I feel like I want to give more.
Yeah, I do have one more. We can do one more on
So far, just to recap, just so if anybody's jumping in the betwixt point, we had bout lessons are the best lessons. We have
your association. You gave me the look. Will drive your destination.
Right. And then having palm tree posture.
Palm tree posture.
He's liking it.
I really am enjoying it.
He said he's enjoying it like I served him up a good meal.
Let that thing marinate for a bit,
Right. That could be a whole episode, right?
It really is. Just because there have been so many different times where I've seen people where they have the inability to be flexible and to adapt and to changing environments. Whether that's, we talk about our 5 pillars and the areas that's important for us. But again, it's being able to adapt. There's probably no sense of perfect balance amongst all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But you want to find that harmony, that synergy, or whatever that makes them all continue to work, and being able to adapt in different situations where I'm not able to have as much fun, because that is a key F, because there are other priorities and working on my finances. Right, so being able to adapt, but again, finding other ways to really incorporate and still having the harmony among all those 5 F's that we talked about.
So that requires knowing what it is that you're trying to achieve and where you are currently. So assessing the need so that you'll know, I need to spend more time in my finances, or I need to spend more time in my fun, whatever that is. But it doesn't necessarily mean
working. Right. Work, as people say, I put in air quotes, work life balance,
which is what I was getting to. Yeah. So it may not necessarily mean 50-50, but it means, whatever it means for you to create that satisfaction in your life.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
So my next one, I'd say, is, I go with a light one. This one goes back to 5th grade for me. I was sitting in the class, and one of the students in there, he had raised his hand and told the teacher that somebody else that they were cheating, on a test. Right? They told him. It's like, all right, and they were telling. And so the teacher, she just jumped up and yelled out, "The pot can't call the kettle black."
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, whoa, what's going on here? I didn't really understand what that meant. Well, later what I found out is that the person that told that someone else was cheating was the person that was cheating. Cheating all the way out. And so, I think the point there is, before you get out to cast your stones, you may want to make sure you address and making sure
that you got a clean record yourself.
The pot can't call the kettle black.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's a good one. We hear that one often, right? For various stages and incidents and experiences in life now. So I'll throw in, well, you know what? Let me give you all our contact information, because I'm going to close out Queen. Uh-oh. And then I'm going to give you this bonus. I'm going to drop this little quick bonus on y'all. So if you are looking to connect with us on social media, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Dim Darn Dorseys. That's with a D. If you search us for the or them,
what's going to happen?
You ain't going to find us.
At all?
At all.
I'm going to try it right now.
So it's DEM Darn Dorseys. And you can also find us at Date with the Dorseys. So Facebook, Instagram, follow us on any of those not hashtags, what are they called? Handles. That's what I meant. And you can also email us at support@fortuneenterprise.com. That's IVTUNE enterprise.com. So we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you love, like, and share our post and our podcast episodes. So now to that bonus, though.
I want the bonus. It's the time of year. It's a lot of holiday spending.
Okay, so this is your stocking stuffer?
Yeah.
Stocking stuffers. So anyway, here it is. I remember Miss Thompson. I can see her face. And I'm trying to remember what school I was at. I think I was in high school. No, I hope it wasn't. Maybe it was middle school. Nevertheless.
Maybe it was daycare. I think it was daycare.
He doesn't even know what the lesson is, and he's saying daycare.
I think it was daycare.
He got jokes. Anyway, I need to drop this bonus for those of you who, may have a few issues here and there with spelling or need to figure out how can I remember how to spell certain words. Well, the way that I remember how to spell separate is Miss Thompson would always say it's a rat. Some people try to spell it with an E instead of the A, right? A rat. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's the bonus lesson. Per Miss Thompson, back in, my husband said elementary. What did you say? Daycare. Back in daycare.
Because you're talking about rats and mice. Yeah, that was back.
A rat. Just in case you are struggling to spell separate.
So what are we saying? What is that?
The lesson is when you're trying to spell separate.
Okay. I'm really waiting. Like, okay, this is something that is going to take and transform your life, right? You're gonna separate yourself.
No,
the wheat from the barley.
You separate the parts of the word so you can make sure you spell it correctly. That's the bonus.
You know what, y'all?
He wasn't ready for that.
I sure wasn't. I'm sitting here really perplexed. Like, okay, it's coming. I'm just waiting.
He was waiting on that to drop. And I had y'all waiting too. But anyway, we have to give a little lightheartedness and some laughter in this thing too. So again, just to recap the top 5. I mean, goodness, not the 5. The 5s are our pillars, but we gave our life lessons today. And again, they were about lesson is the best lesson, Mr. Dorsey.
Yes. The next one is your association will drive your destination.
Correct. And then palm tree posture.
And then last is the pot can't call the kettle black.
That bonus, though, was a rat. So anyway, people, we are so glad to have you joining us continuously, sharing this, liking this, loving this. We look forward to hearing from you, seeing you, and connecting with you on social media through our email and the like. You can always catch us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Stitcher, wherever you can find us. Just make sure that you're liking, downloading, and loving it. So share this episode out. And until next time,
bye.
Bye for now.
Develop a fortune state of mind, state of mind. It's time for a date with, time for a date with the Dorseys.